My channel Life with Onam Sadlasa. Today I'm here in Midrand visiting Epic Deli Cakes. I've got Ulave here, the owner and founder of Ispivulake Cakes and Treats. She will be sharing her journey as an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman, Uguti, how she started, why she decided to start, and yeah, let's hear from her. Welcome, Sissy. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes.
Please tell us, who is Lave?
Okay. Ulave is a girl from Mpumalanga. I was born and bred in Mpumalanga, and then I studied in UKZN. Then I moved, started working in Pretoria, and I worked for a department for like 13 years. And then while I was still working, I then developed this passion of baking.
Wow.
And it was baking and cooking, but then, you know, when you go through everything, then you realize, okay, actually, I think I like pastry more than cooking. So I then I actually started self-taught, trying new recipes and all that. And then at the end of the day, I decided, you know what, let me just try and enhance what I've got.
Know,
yes.
Right?
And then I registered a 9 weeks baking course with CTI. Yes. And then, yeah, I did that. And, well, orders were coming in. People were loving my products. And I started basically with like cupcakes and small cakes, especially for kids at school. I did that, and then I went to do cakes and scones and all these things that you see now today.
And guys, her cakes, her scones, they're so nice, they're delicious, they're fluffy. You know, I'm not a cake person, but when I tasted her scones, oh,
yeah,
I had to fight with my daughter because we both wanted them. And tell me, when you were growing up, did you love cooking? Oh,
I would say my mom is a cook, and she likes to bake. So as I was growing up, I used to sell amafet cakes at school. So every morning my mom would wake up a bag. And then she said recently that when I got so advanced kakhulu, I never used to do all those things. So yeah, I think it's safe to say I took it from my mom.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Are you still working or?
No, I'm not working at the moment.
So what made you decide to go to, you know what, I'm leaving corporate, I'm going to be my own boss?
You know, with some companies you cannot do your own stuff on the side, and then continue working because, I mean, conflicts of interest and all that. So I decided, you know what, let me, if I give it my all, if I put, because I want to see this thing growing. I want to see one day having a big shop in a big shopping center where you go, you get everything baked, everything pastry. So I said, you know what, you don't start big, you start small. So let me just put my energy, put the time I have, and try and build something that will be eyagalabi.
Yep, exactly.
Yes.
And because you understood, good, if you're still saying good morning boss and you're not allowed to do your side hustle, you wouldn't be where you are today,
I wouldn't
right?
be where I am today. Yes.
Yeah, because I think there are many people who would love to start their own things, but because of where they work, they're not allowed.
And even, you know, I think we've got so much fears of, you know, leaving a job that you know that you're going to get a salary at the end of the month. And then here, you have to work for your salary. You have to make sure that at the end of the day, rent is paid. At the end of the day, all my orders are done. You know, it's, for me, it's the dedication, just to make sure that you push and to not to relax. Because if you relax, then there's nothing that's going to happen.
And with that being said, what have you learned now that you're your own boss? You know, you're a businesswoman. What have you learned running your own business that you did not learn when you were still working for somebody?
What I've learned is you don't just sleep and then you wake up and think, isn't it like things are going to happen? You have to be there. You have to. That's why they say, why are you sleeping? People who make money don't sleep. That's exactly that. You have to wake up. You have to always try to be ahead of somebody else, you know, in the same business. I mean, not in a bad way, but you have to always have new things. You have to always be on your toes.
Checking what others are doing,
Yes.
what your competitors are doing, what's the latest that is being
Yes,
done, because things are revolving all
Exactly.
the time,
Yes.
and all, you know, all departments,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And what are the challenges that you face in your business, in this pastry business? What are the challenges that you face, and how do you overcome them?
I would say the challenges would be, you know, for example, if you're taking orders, it's better. But now if you've got a shop where you supply on a daily basis, you don't know who's going to come in.
Ish.
You don't know how many are going to come in.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you can't leave the shelves empty. And then people come and you're like, no, we don't have, because yesterday people didn't buy, so I decided today, let me just not bake or something. So the challenges would be, you know, to make sure that stock is there, but at the end of the day, you're running on a waste because it's not bought, and you want to keep your shelf fresh. You want to keep your scones, your biscuits, and everything fresh.
Yes.
Because that's what your customers want. They want freshly baked. They
And it's
don't,
your brand.
and it's a brand that you have to protect. So I think that's the challenge. In terms of overcoming it, I mean, you can, we try to, maybe if you've got leftover scones from yesterday, I'd say the shelf life, yama scones, mina, I prefer them to be 2 days. But on the second day, I would say, okay, we're going to do them on a special. You tell your customers, okay, no, these ones, they're not from today, they're from yesterday. So this is the price. Just so that you don't mislead people, and then they buy and they get home, they like, and you know, people when they love something, they know exactly what they're expecting.
Yeah, especially when they know what you normally give them.
When they know what you give them, and then they'll be like, but why didn't you tell me?
Exactly.
Yes.
And I think it's a good idea that you would sell them at the less price than you throwing them away. At least you still get something out of it.
Exactly, yes,
You know, you
yes.
don't just nje uzlahle.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And we had lockdown.
We had lockdown.
How did you survive a lockdown that you are still working? Because I know a lot of people, they closed down.
I would say I was one of the bravest, because we opened during lockdown. The shop started operating during lockdown.
On the hard one.
Like not on the hard one.
Oh,
1
when
November.
they started.
Yes, 1 November 2020.
Oh, that was better.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So 2021, last year November, we were turning 1 year at the Epic Daily.
Wow.
And we're still going. I mean, I would say people eat. That is why even Pick and Pay, all the retails, they're still operating. Because as when you are home, you eat. So people would order scones, people would order cakes, people will still celebrate birthdays, even if it's not a big party.
Yes,
but
at home,
they still want
small,
a
intimate.
small, intimate birthday cake for the kids, for the husbands, for the wives at home. So I didn't see a lot of loss in business during the lockdown.
And I think some people as well, you are saying that you opened when we're still on lockdown, you know, and I feel Uguti, a lot of people as well, they learned from this lockdown. Uguti, they needed to think out of the box. They needed to make things happen for themselves, because people lost a lot of jobs. And if you're gonna sit and say, yo, and feel sorry for yourself, it's not going to help.
No, it's
So
not going to help.
obviously a lot of people as well, I know Gutibate, we expanded. There's a guy that I interviewed, Umugid Atiena. Actually, lockdown helped him because he was able now to expand, to do other things.
Yeah.
So to some people it was a blessing, to some it was
Yes,
not.
yes, true,
Right?
true.
And you bake cakes, scones, what other things that you bake?
Okay, I people like cakes and treats. So anything falling under treats. If you're hosting, and you need a mixture of cupcakes, of milk tarts, of all the nice things, jam tart or whatever. So I do all those things.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I bake scones, it's cakes, birthday cakes, all occasional cakes.
So whatever umdwaifunayo, you will make it for them.
Yes.
Okay. You say it, we make it, right?
You say it, we make it.
Yeah.
You give us a picture, we duplicate it.
Make it 10 times better.
Yeah, boo.
Okay. So you started the business, right? Did you get any funding?
No, I didn't get any funding. So I used my savings
Okay.
to start. And I started working from my kitchen, baking from the kitchen. And then as I grew and orders were coming in, I realized now it's like I'm crowding them in the house.
Yeah.
They can't have dinner because I'm busy with the flour.
True.
So I decided, you know what, let me get a space outside. Let me make it user-friendly for me to be able to bake there, to be able to store all my things there. So that is why I have this space. And then I ended up buying a bigger stove, which saving time for me, saving electricity for me, because it's big. You just put 3 trays. A 20-liter bucket is
How much was the stove?
Full. The stove was 9,000.
9,000.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what would you say? And you did not get any funding. There are many people who want to start businesses, but they are saying there's no funding. There's no funding. What would you say to them?
I would say start with what you have. Make what you have useful. And you know, I always say that the first year or two, you're not gonna see profit because you're building. And as much as you will have that equipment, someone would order something, and then you don't have that equipment to do it. So you must buy. That is why it's important not to look at profit. Whatever you get, make sure that you buy your stuff. You buy, so reinvest. You buy whatever you need. If you need bigger pens, you buy bigger pens. If you need more than 3 pens for cakes, you buy that. So that's how I started. I bought, now I'm like, I've got a lot of pens, different sizes, because when people order, they're like, no, I want mine this small, I want mine this big, I want mine this shape. So you must be able to...
Because the business is growing
The business is growing, yes. So you must be able to...
And you must not only look at the business at now, you must look at the future, because what you see, you will certainly achieve.
Yes.
If you see your business big, it will certainly be big, it will grow.
And if you can't manage the small, then how are you expecting to manage the big? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. One day I want to see is PV Cakes and Treats in a big mall. So, but then I must be able to learn from starting from small, then growing big.
So you can also respect it and embrace the journey.
Yes.
You said about you decided, to get another space so you can use it as your kitchen where you bake and all that, because you felt like you were crowding them in the house.
Yes.
I guess it's the kids and the husband.
Yes.
So what I want to ask now is, how do you manage your time? How do you make sure, Guti, you take care of the business, your motherly duties, wife, and all that? How do you manage your time? How do you balance everything? How do you make sure, Guti, everything is balanced?
It's balanced. As difficult as it is, you can imagine, come weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, people want to collect their cakes. They want their 20-liter buckets. And in December, it's even crazier, because I even stop working on the 24th, because Makoti wants to go home with amakeke wabo, with everything nice, fresh. So, I'm a mother of 2. My daughter is 13, and at least she helps me. And then my son is turning 6 now. And I'm getting more support from my family.
Okay.
Yes, I'm getting more support. Sometimes I would even, if my husband is available and I have to be busy, I would even say, may you please drop these ones for me, you know, deliveries, because some people will say, okay, please deliver for me, and then we do deliver at a fee. And you can't say, oh no, I can't deliver because now I'm busy. So at least, so I must say I'm getting a lot of support from my family.
Okay.
So you know, the days when I'm not busy, I make sure I spend time with them.
Okay.
Yes.
But I think even when you are busy, you still spend time with them because they help you, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
it makes it easy for you to balance everything because they are there. If one is making over, the other one is doing this, right?
Yeah.
Or it makes it easy. And I think you are blessed to have a family that helps you, to have a husband that helps you. You understand?
And support your dream.
And support.
Yes.
Do you understand? Because it's not all the time you get that. Some, as much as they know good, you are pushing for this, you've got this dream, you want to achieve this, still they still demand so much from you.
Yes.
Not supporting you.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. And Keongo, what I want to know is, what are the plans? What are your future plans? What are the future plans for
Spivy Lake? Yes. Okay, I think I've been throwing it to you.
Yes, the more.
A little bit, yes. But, you know, my plan is to have a bigger shop.
Shops,
yes. Thank you. Obviously, we'll start with one shop, maybe at a bigger place, at a bigger mall. Because currently, I'm baking from this space at home that I set it up, and then I take to the shop.
To the shop, yes.
But my plans would be to do everything there. You know, when you bake from that space, that establishment,
it's easy, right?
It's easy. And you know, you just wake up, you have people working there, you are working there as well. So you just go there, you bake, you do whatever, and everything stays there. So it would be lovely to have an establishment like that in a shopping center, in a mall, or wherever, where we know that we're gonna do everything from there. You know,
you don't bring work at home.
Yes, I know they smell good. So when you passing there from
and they do
from your
when
shopping,
they're still baking.
Exactly. So that will be like, you know, one of the things that would draw people to come. Because and another thing that made me decide, you know what, it would be better to have a space, because when you're working from home, you don't grow that much. You can advertise on all platforms, but if you are at home, it's different from a person who is in an establishment that has a foot traffic. People will be where we are now. People will come in, going to maybe the saloon or wherever, and they'll be like, oh, there's cakes here. Then they'll come and inquire, and then boom, they bring in orders.
Because not everyone sits on their social platforms. Not everybody. Walk-ins, you're right.
Yes.
Currently, you said you can advertise in all platforms. Currently, how do you market your business?
Okay, we are advertising on Facebook, on the social media networks, and we've got flyers as well that we give out.
Okay.
And I always have my business cards.
Flyer. Okay.
Always have my business cards, and when I go meet with people, I throw it in there. Yes, that hey, listen, I bake. Yeah.
I mean, you should be proud of Ilentuka. Of your craft.
Yes, yes.
Because I mean, this is you, this is your brand, this is your bread and butter.
It is. So recently I was invited to a Women's Day conference at C4. C4 is a pub and grill in the south. So I was there with my log, with my cakes. And yeah, from that day, I would say a lot of people are ordering from me. You know, it's important to go out there and advertise what you have. And
sampling as well.
And sampling as well, yes.
I know you sample.
Yes, talking about sampling, I even did, my son had a graduation. So I asked the principal if I can bring cupcakes for the class, because they were graduation per class because of COVID.
Oh, okay.
So they got graduating per class. So she's like, no, but that would be lovely. So what we do with the cupcakes for school where they allow them. It's gonna be a cupcake, whatever the child wants, the topper, Spider-Man and all those things. Then we seal them individually, just to make sure that we COVID, COVID safe. Yes,
packaging very important as well.
So we put them in plastics like this, just the cupcakes, and then we just seal them individually. Yes.
Oh, and those ones are nice. That's why I'm looking at them, because I know them. And yeah, wow, very interesting. And what would you say to somebody who wants to start this business, or rather who wants to start any other business, in business, aspiring? What would you say to them? Like, what are your last words?
I would say, venture into something that you know you love. Yes, because then it becomes easy. It's like you are just playing when you are working,
and money
you're
follows.
having fun when you are working. So do something that you love, and always try to enhance your skills. It's very important. I mean, you can know how to. I always say we learn every day. You join groups. I'm part of baking groups and all that, and you learn a lot from that, because you it's not like when you now can bake a cupcake like this, then you know all the skills. You're always open to learn. Attend seminars if there is there, just to try and enhance, right? And invest and just be in line with things. Like you say, they change. We move to nicer things, and then just try to be on.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you've learned that to go to do something that you love, and money will follow you, because most people, the mistake they make is to start something thinking they'll start making money instantly. And if you do what you love, money will follow you.
True.
Money will follow you, and when you chase money, money will be running away from you. So rather you do what you love, and then money will chase you, right? And yeah, give us, what's the address? Where can we find Epic Deli?
Okay.
What's the address?
So Epic Deli is in Midrand, in 304 Harry Gulan Drive. It's opposite the Methodist Church, if you know the Methodist Church in Midrand, not far from the Midway Muse. Yes, so it's at the corner. It's a nursery there. There's a nursery. So, and then there's a couple of shops there. We are the first shop when you come in.
Thank you so much, Sissy, for having me, and may God bless you. May He increase your business, and may He fulfill your dream of having not one shop but many shops in all provinces.
Yes.
Actually, all over.
Yes.
Nothing is impossible with Him.
Is impossible with God.
Exactly. So wenza kwenzeke, you understand? And yeah, and thank you so much, guys, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next upload. Goodbye, and God bless you.